So today we have a really power-packed panel. A lot of people are there in the panelists, and today there are two presentations that we are going to go through, and it has some great tips that all of us can use. So make sure you have a pen and paper with you. We'll start in another 3 to 4 minutes. Make sure you have a pen and paper with you so that you can write down some tips and tricks that today's presentation will share with everybody. Awesome. We have about 85 people joined in, plus about 13, 14 and the panelists. We'll be waiting for another 2 minutes, and then we will start today's presentation. Uh, the the presentation in the end of the presentation, the last 5 minutes of the presentation, I will also be taking up and addressing some queries about the professional development cell and some small changes that we've made in the policies there. I will be taking that up as well in the last 5 minutes. And we also have two of our colleagues sharing their hashtag not going back stories with us today. So Shruti and Shreya ma'am from Varanasi are going to share their stories about hashtag not going back today with us as well. So we've got about 106 people joining in. Another minute and we will start.
Shruti ma'am is now there. Shreya
Yeah.
ma'am is yet to join.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. We've got about 130 people on the webinar now. Really excited for today's
Audible
session.
now?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Say again.
Yes, ma'am.
Say again.
Sir, I'm audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Chaliye.
Sir, I'm using mobile data now.
Chaliye, you've.
Mobile and all.
Just increase the volume if possible of your phone. It will be even clear, I think.
Now is it clear?
Yeah, yes, better.
Great.
Okay.
All right. All right, wonderful. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome. We're going to start today's session. This is the 30th session that we are doing on CC Fridays. So, we've come a long way, and I'm really happy how the platform is progressing and the kind of learning that we all are creating from this platform. To start today's session, I'm going to invite Shruti ma'am to share her hashtag not going back story. And then on that note, we'll start today's session. Shruti ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, sir. I hope I am audible. A very good afternoon to everyone present over here. Am I audible, sir? Okay. Thank you, sir. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I tried to pen down all my experience of this session during the lockdown. So it's been a very good journey. I begin with, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. I clearly remember the date, 20th March 2020. Our school called off as per the government order. Then the first thing clicked in our mind, how the school would be running online, how our children would be doing things online. But where there is a way, there is a will, there is a way. We started with WhatsApp, then Zoom, and then Google Classroom. The journey was full of roller coaster, I would say. But with the able guidance of our mentors, nothing seemed so difficult. Our entire journey was a great experience. While we were teaching, we were learners too at the same time. We were inspired by mentors, teachers, students, and parents. We have been getting trained since May, and still we are in a process of learning. I believe that we all have put blood, sweat, and tears to come all this level. But our students have been always a step ahead. There has been a lot of learning with the students as well, I would say. There is a continuous increasing graph of students learning, right from muting, unmuting, sharing screen to presenting SLCs to flip learning classroom. They have gone the extra mile to become a digital learner. Now it's time to return to our physical classroom with digitalization or without it. Definitely, it will go hand in hand. Now there are more ways open to cater the individual needs of the students. The PBLs, SLCs introduced in this session would be more effective in our physical classroom. This could be monitored efficiently. Looking back then, like bygone days. Now we are equipped with hybrid classroom and blended learning. These have been only possible with the
So
support
Shruti,
to the
my question to you is, since now the schools are starting, are you going back to the old chalk and duster and the board and not use technology?
No, sir, I would definitely go take this digitalization hand in hand along with my physical classroom.
Great,
I am
brilliant.
not going to leave this because in this pandemic situation, it's like a upside down. It's total change, and we never thought when the school was shut down that we will go like this. And personally, I was really scared of how we are going to teach online. Now this March and that March, we are like, oh, online it's like fun nowadays. So.
Brilliant.
So
Thank you,
this was my
Shruti.
experience.
Thank you for sharing. And then, so we'll now move to the first
Thank you,
presentation.
sir. Thank you, all of you.
We'll move to the first presentation for today. I have an idea. Before we move to the first presentation, I'm going to ask a question to all the maths teachers, physics teachers, and science teachers, and the kindergarten and 1 and 2 teachers who are there with us. And I want you to respond, in the chat box in one word. If you were to teach something, if you were to teach mathematics, or you were to teach science equations, or you were to teach ABC or 1, 2, 3 writing to the children, and if you were to only teach and teach and the children don't practice anything, will they learn? Give me yes, they will learn, or no, they will not learn. Never. Okay, brilliant. So all of us are on the same page. And the next presentation today, I have an idea is all about that. We've been talking about a lot of things on the same lines of what today's presentation is about, but all talk and no work will not help us. So it's really important to take a lot of points from today's presentation and really put it to practice in our classrooms, and let these points not just be in your notebooks or sketch notes, right? So over to the team of I Have an Idea. And indeed, this is a really collaborative team wherein there are teachers from the 3 schools. So I'm really happy about that. So over to I Have an Idea.
Thank you very much, sir. We are pleased to have this opportunity. I request Simranjeet ma'am. Yeah, she started sharing, and this is what the collaboration we are having. Thank you very much, ma'am. Jai Hind, everyone. As you can see on the slide itself, only to have knowledge is not power. Implementation of knowledge is power, and that is what we have learned. Keeping this in mind, we are here with the knowledge which we have gained after reading a few wonderful articles, few good books through our Bookflix club. But it could be powerful only when we all will be able to implement it in our routine. As we go on the next slide, we can see the prayer of teachers. As a teacher, what do we pray for? When you will look at this prayer, you can see that we all are asking for the four attributes: wisdom, truth, vision, and love. Still, something remains that we all actually wish for. I request you all to think for a minute and answer in the chat box what, as a teacher, we all look for when we think about all our teaching, learning processes, classrooms, and students. Take a minute, close your eyes, and think about, as a teacher, what we actually want in our classroom. What we want. As a teacher, when we stand in front of our students, what is the first thing which comes in our mind? Please use chat box so it will be easy for me to quickly get your responses. Okay, the responses have started. Full participation, truly, learning, happiness, discipline, participation of students. Oh my God, it's a waterfall of responses. Children doing well, happiness, discipline, great. See, when we are looking for all these things, the things are in front of you. A disciplined class, enthusiastic participation, a class in which students take onus of learning, a well-managed class, positive learning environment, a positive relationship between teacher and student, and of course, parents. But इतना सब कुछ जब चाहिए है, तो no one is going to serve this in our plate. We need to earn it. How to earn it? How to get that positive learning environment? Let's see that.
And here comes the help from the same. Linda Albert Cooperative Discipline Theory, which gives us guidelines about building classroom discipline. Next slide, please. Now, this theory basically focuses on close cooperation between the teacher and the students making the class decisions, helping students to connect with others and contribute, see themselves as capable, a class code of conduct that promotes an optimal climate for learning and teaching, and involving parents as partners in helping students learn and show responsibility.
And the steps that we can take to implement in this reality, what we could do. The first thing, help every students to feel that they belong in the class and are valued members. We should help every student to connect with one another, contribute to the class, and feel capable. Involve our students and parents in planning the class discipline, whatever the system we want to run in that. And turn every misbehavior, this is really going to be important, turn every misbehavior into an opportunity to help students learn better behavior.
And absolutely. And if we set the goal of classroom discipline, we will find that it is the same everywhere. It is to help students learn to choose the responsible behavior. And this goal could only be reached by developing a positive relationship among teachers, students, parents, other teachers, and administrators. What would you like to add, Devashruti ma'am, on here?
Thank you, Gitanjali ma'am. Your explanation of discipline reminds me of a quote. Discipline is money in the bank account, your real friend and your true strength. Well, discipline goes hand in glove with classroom management, isn't it, teachers? Well, before I go deep with deep into classroom management, I want to know from you all, teachers, that have you ever observed that huge white screen in a movie theater? Quickly drop in your yes or no in the chat box. Have you ever observed carefully? I'm waiting for your responses, teachers. Have you ever observed carefully that huge white screen in a movie theater? Yes or no? Yes, yes. Oh, wow. Great, great, great. Yes, we do check it out. And this is what classroom management. Basically, classroom management is just that white screen on which movies are being projected. And a properly managed classroom fosters students' involvement and cooperation in all classroom activities, right? I'm sure that teachers, you are already being using or taking care of classroom management, right? So right now, I want to know from you any three elements or parameter of classroom management that you are already using. Quickly drop in your responses in chat box. Any three elements or parameters of classroom management that you are already using in your classroom so far. And I'm waiting for your responses. Any asking technique? Okay, Ekta Sethi ma'am, good. Few more. I'm still waiting. Any two-way learning? All right, great. Fine. All right. I'm still waiting. One or two more. Engage students. Students connectivity. Perfect. Great teachers. Now I'm going to share my learning from Sylvia Sini's 7 key elements of classroom management. Next slide, please, Simranjeet ma'am. Yes. Sylvia Sini has given 7 key elements for effective classroom management. And it goes with the first one, classroom design or sitting arrangement. Sitting arrangement is very important and teachers should be mindful about it. And this should keep changing throughout the session. Next in a queue is rules. It is teachers' duty to create golden rules in the beginning of the session. And now your work is done. Just to create your golden rules in the beginning of the session and it is done. Am I correct, teachers? Yes? Is it sufficient to create golden rules? And this is done quickly? Yes or no? Perfect. Thank you, teachers. You are with me. Great. Yes, exactly so. After establishing golden rules in the beginning of the session, it is teachers' duty to role model those rules to students from the beginning, and it should be followed throughout the session. Next is discipline. As I said, discipline goes hand in hand with classroom management. And Swati ma'am and Gitanjali ma'am have explained it so well. So I'm quickly moving to the next one, that is scheduling. Now, sometimes problems occur when students don't know what is being expected from them. So for this, it is very important for teachers to provide them a proper planning, maybe a week before or 15 days before. For example, in DPS Varanasi, we provide them weekly planning just a week before. What happened that students get to know what will happen next week and they will be prepared for that, and it sets a stage for teachers also to communicate properly. All right, next is organization. Now let me compare our classroom with a vehicle. Now a vehicle needs a skilled driver, right? But I mean, great driving skills don't work if your car doesn't move. Am I right? Similarly, great teaching skills don't work if your classroom is disorganized and your students are disengaged. So it's very important to organize our classroom. Next in the queue is communication. Be it all its 3 categories like written, non-verbal and verbal, it is must that teachers should be clear with their communication. And it is said also that good communication is as stimulating as black coffee. So teachers should be skilled at it, right? And last, but not the least, of course, is instructional technique. Now, let me just give you one example. Suppose a teacher does a hands-on activity on electricity topic in class 8 standard, right? It goes awesome. And the same teacher takes up that hands-on activity in class 3rd standard. It proves to be a flop show. Exactly so. It is teachers' duty to modify, to tailor their skills, their teaching style, their learning techniques. It is very important according to grades according to class, according to students' level, learning style, or lesson. Well, after taking care of all such things, we know one very important thing, that is misbehavior of students, right? Let us know more about it from Swati ma'am.
Thank you, Devashriti ma'am. Actually, when we talk about why students misbehave, the first question is, it is really misbehave or it is misbehave? Like right behavior is missed out. So when we talk about why do kids misbehave, there are the 4 goals which they want to achieve. First of all, why there is a misbehavior? There is an unsuccessful attempt to meet a universal psychological need, the need to belong. Students who are kids actually, they want to feel secure, welcome, and valued. And to a large extent, their behavior influences how well those needs are met in the classroom. If they feel belonged in the classroom, secured, welcome, and valued, they will aptly go in the right behavior, right direction. Although most students behave acceptably and thus get their needs met, some are there who are unable to do so. When that happens, many of them direct their behavior toward mistaken goals. One of them is like a attention seeking goal. Look at me. Then revenge kind of goal. I will get from you anyhow. Then power seeking goal. Let's fight and find out the attention. Or sometimes just avoidance of failure. That is also one of the reason that students start misbehaving. This so-called mistaken idea they have in their mind and they start misbehaving. Somehow they try to fulfill the need to belong. How to recognize and handhold as per the need of child, because actually it's not misbehavior, it's their own way of behaving to meet their needs, to meet their priorities. So how to help, how to provide the help and support to choose right behavior? Here I would really like to invite Smita ma'am to contribute further. Smita ma'am.
Thank you, Swati ma'am. To add on this, I would like to show a video. Let's watch it.
सपना तो सब Come on, Sneha, डर मत. तू बेस्ट है, तू कर सकती है. Come on. सपना तो सपना होता है, ना कोई बड़ा ना कोई छोटा होता है. मम्मी मेरी कहती है, सपने देखो खुल के देखो, सपने पर तुम अपने देखो. मम्मी मेरी कहती है. करण, आपकी बारी. Come on, Karan, on the way. Karan, तोड़ दे, फोड़ दे. तेरे हाथ पर आ गए. तू अपनी मम्मी का श्राम करा दे. आयुष, sit down. करण, तू हार मत मान. तू फिर से ट्राई कर. तू कर सकता है. Come on. आयुष, come here. I said come here. मैं हाथ ऊपर करती हूँ. दीवार की तरफ मुड़ जाओ. जाओ.
आयुष, तालियां बहुत हो गई. आपने अपनी मम्मी से क्या सीखा है, बताइए.
सर, भरोसा करना. मम्मी कहती है कि अगर कोई भी अपना हौसला खो देता है तो उसका भरोसा बनना चाहिए. हौसला डबल हो जाता है.
Bharosa karna. Yes. As a teacher, our goal is to make our child feel that he is important. He is one for whom we are here. Next slide, please. Yes, you can do it. यही है भरोसा. This is a powerful sentence. And if we add a powerful name for a student along with the sentence, I will tell you, it will do miracles. We know that everyone loves compliment. तो बच्चों को क्यों नहीं अच्छा लगेगा वो compliment. Let's revisit our school days. आपको याद होगा कि आपके टीचर्स भी आपको किसी एक नाम से बुलाते थे और वो नाम का असर आप पे क्या पड़ता था. Let's write in the Padlet. I am giving you a Padlet link here. Please go and write your feelings. आपको कैसा फील हुआ. सबको अपने स्कूल डेज याद आ जाएंगे और तब आपको पता चलेगा कि उस नाम का हम पे क्या असर होता है. ये नाम होते हैं पावर नेम्स. सिंपल yet powerful. Can we have the next slide? Power names. Simple yet powerful. My problem solver, my superhero, my star of the day, my scientist, future publisher, my reader, my serious scholar, learning lions. ये सारे नाम और भी बहुत सारे नाम. These are few names with positive visions. The way we address student will pass the message of confidence and respect we want to send them. And if we add the power names with bragging, थोड़ी सी बड़ाई भी कर लें उनकी, then really it will make their day. अगर किसी बच्चे को हमने ये कह दिया, my problem solver will definitely bring a solution for this problem, तो आज उसका दिन बन गया. But लेकिन this bragging should have restrictions of rules, excuses, class codes. Teachers should be firm enough not to accept excuses. क्योंकि जब आप excuses लेने लगते हैं तो उनको लगता है कि टीचर को बस ऐसे ही ले लो. They used to take you for granted. But हमें ये नहीं होने देना है. Next slide, ma'am. Yes. If you can be the teacher who always remember good things about your student, you are on the step ahead of creating culture in your classroom. I really like this article, which talks about creating culture of high expectation for all students by Larry Bell. To do this, we have to build strong connection with our student. हमारा one-to-one connection होना चाहिए. उनकी आंखों से आंखें मिलाकर हमें बात करना है. उनके कंधे पे एक हाथ रख देंगे तो उनको भरोसा हो जाएगा हम पे. बस यही वो चाहते हैं. They want the teacher is teaching for who they are, not for what she expected to be. Appreciate each and every deed and motivate them from starting to the ending of the assigned task. But again, don't accept what is not desirable. Don't judge children on the basis of their wrongdoings. Get into the depth. कोई ना कोई रीजन तो जरूर होगा अगर वो मिसबिहेव कर रहे हैं. हो सकता है पीयर प्रेशर हो सकता है फैमिली इशू हो, कहीं कोई डर हो. So we have to look into the depth. क्योंकि this is so very true. Knowingly or unknowingly, we tend to judge the children on the basis of their wrongdoing. We should look at the larger picture and get into the depth for the reason of their misbehavior. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yes. जैसे सिक्के के दो पहलू होते हैं, उसी तरह से बच्चों के भी दो पहलू होते हैं, पॉजिटिव बिहेवियर और नेगेटिव बिहेवियर. हमें उनके बेसिक प्रॉब्लम्स को देखना है और उसको सॉल्व करना है, उसका सलूशन ढूंढना है. ये तो बात हो गई बच्चों की. जब हम थोड़े से बड़े बच्चों की बात करते हैं तब हमें उनको ये बताना पड़ता है कि यू आर इम्पोर्टेंट. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज मैम. यस, जब बड़े बच्चों की बात होती है तो उनको ये फील कराना कि वो हमारे लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होते हैं। उसके लिए मुझे हम सबको पेशेंस की जरूरत होती है। Dealing with teenage children needs lot of patience. When we don't accept our children's perspective, we allow them to become dramatic. First of all, don't deny your teenagers' perception. उनकी सोच पर भरोसा कीजिए, उनकी सोच को मानिए. Do not argue with their experiences. Do not disown his feelings. Especially, do not try to convince him that what he sees or hear or feel or senses is not right. You never know. Calling your child stupid, dumb might lead him to believe that उनका कॉन्फिडेंस खत्म हो जाएगा. वो आप पे मानने लगेंगे कि मैं सही में ऐसा हूँ. Reason and logic do not satisfy emotional needs. Same goes with teacher. Once we become the decisive element in the class, we lose the emotional connection. The modern teacher recognize and understand the emotional need of children who come to us for solution, not diagnosis. The modern teacher neither preach nor moralize. They give no guilt, no demand, and no promises. So we have to become that modern teacher. Now Simranjeet ma'am will take us further.
Thank you, Smita madam. The article that I'm going to talk about is Behavior Modification in the Classroom, which is written by N. Mathur and Sam Goldstein. There is a saying, give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and feed him for life. So what? Behavior modification can be defined as a theory that explains learning in terms of the antecedents and consequences of behavior. It is also known as operant conditioning and reinforcement theory. It represents the application of reinforcement concepts to individuals in the work setting. So, reinforcement. There are 4 types of reinforcements. Positive reinforcement is using a reward for positive behavior to make sure the child continues with the desired behavior. It is the most effective method of shaping behavior because it is the most pleasant. For example, praise and reward are both used in positive reinforcement. When the behavior deviates from the normally expected pattern, interfere positively in the child's activity to influence its thought to bring in desirable change in the pattern of behavior. Statements like, please slow down, are often better than stop running. Selection of reinforcements is also very important because some consequences that teachers provide for children are irrelevant and neither strengthen nor weaken the behavior they follow. Many teachers believe that placing stars on a chart as a reward or providing a prizes are consequences that work with all children. So we should evaluate whether chosen consequences are positively reinforcing or simply noise. A reinforcement menu completed jointly by you and the child ensures that the former rather than the latter will occur. So here we have IFEED rules for reinforcement. So first we have I. So the I stands for reinforcing the student immediately. The longer the teacher waits to reinforce a student, the less effective the reinforcer will be. F. It stands for frequently reinforcing a student. It is especially important to frequently reinforce when a student is learning a new behavioral skill. This first E, it stands for enthusiasm in the delivery of the reinforcer. It is easy to simply hand an edible reinforcer to a student. It takes more effort to pair it with an enthusiastic comment. Modulation in the voice and excitement with a congratulatory air conveys that the student has done something important. The second E, it stands for eye contact. Like enthusiasm, eye contact suggests that the student is special and has the teacher's undivided attention. D stands for describing the behavior that is being reinforced. The younger the student, the more important it is to be described the appropriate behavior. A, it stands for anticipation, building excitement and anticipation for the earning of a reinforcer can motivate students to do their very best. Last, this V, it stands for variety. Just like adults, students get tired of the same things. A certain reinforcer may be highly desired, but after repeated exposure, it loses its effectiveness. So it is necessary to change reinforcers frequently to make the reinforcement more effective. So timeout. This timeout is a form of behavioral modification that involves temporarily separating a person from an environment where unacceptable behavior has occurred. So the goal is to remove that person from an enriched, enjoyable environment and therefore lead to the extinction of the offending behavior. So why timeout? Unlike traditional timeout, let us mold this a little because timeout also plays a vital role in behavior modification. We can use timeout in a positive way, where a child can sit quietly and think, oh, what did I do? Why did I do it? What do I do now? So quiet time and timeout are strategies that can help you manage children's challenging behavior. They both involve taking children away from the upsetting situation and giving him or her time to introspect. Quiet time and timeout can guide children towards better behavior, and it also encourages mindfulness. Now I call Devashruti ma'am to take you further.
Thank you, Simranjeet ma'am. Next slide, please. Well, education is just like a baseball game where all its players are important: teachers, students, community, as well as parents. So, Shelley Frost talks about how to write an effective note to parent from the beginning so that a proper or a strong partnership should build between school and home. And for this, first and important thing, Shelley Frost says that teachers should enlist specific behaviors of a child. Avoid general statement. That is important. Next is that teachers not only should talk about only the problem, rather they should leave some scope, some space for parents to suggest further. What will happen with this? In this way, teachers and parents will work together in unison. Next in a queue is, we know very well, teachers know very well that there are cases when we have to take some strict action. But for that, before taking that action, teachers should inform everything in detail to parents. What will happen? That parent will be in confidence, and teachers and parents again will work together in unison, in collaboration, and this will ultimately help that child to understand. And last one is a thumb rule, basically, that teachers should always begin with some positive note about that child. After that, we can talk about the misbehavior. I'm very sure that teachers are already using it, but just a request that to be more mindful and careful while writing a note to parents. With this, may I now invite Vidhi ma'am to sum up our presentation.
Thank you, Devashruti madam. By listening to my partners, I'm sure there were many points जब आपको लगा होगा कि we are already doing this. So let me enumerate some of those and share my wow moments. While reading the articles, I felt like thoda collar ucha kar le because I was doing some of these things in my class. So the first point is, Our vision is to nurture responsible global citizens. That is what determines every action at DPS Lava, Nasik, and Varanasi. Team building, a discipline committee that has representatives from among students, teachers, and management. It includes the class monitors, the school prefects, the discipline in charges, and finally the principal of the school. Rules for everywhere. Rules are set for everywhere, whether it is a corridor, dispersal area, assembly area, playground, or classroom. Non-contingent and contingent attention is paid to the student. Non-contingent attention, like just a smile or acknowledging a good morning. And contingent attention refers to appreciating a child for his or her work. Maintaining anecdotal records. We are maintaining and updating records. We do maintain. These are very important and will be discussed in the next slide. Charts and posters dot the classrooms and the school building. These convey messages that inspire, motivate, and even foster positive behavior. Clean class drive competition. It is the students' responsibility to keep their class clean, and the cleanest class gets the rolling trophy at the end of the month. Age-appropriate tangible incentives. Yes, incentives play an important role at every age. The certificate of the previous CC presentation motivated me to do this one. To the little children, we give beautiful incentives like glittering stars, and to the older students, a small note in the notebook works like magic. Next slide, please, ma'am. तो ये थे वो पॉइंट्स जिनसे हमने अपनी कॉलर ऊंची की है. अब हैं वो पॉइंट्स जो हमें और आगे जाने का रास्ता दिखाएंगे. So the first, as Devashruti ma'am said, to achieve our mission of nurturing a responsible global citizen, a collaboration among students, teachers, and parents is very important. Constant support from each other is needed. To set the rules, voting by the team could be done. The team can brainstorm all expectations and then will vote for the top 5, and the rules will set accordingly. Every suggestion is important. Sometimes a bus conductor bhaiya can help us to set a rule in the bus, or a didi standing near a washroom can help us to set a rule for the washroom. So we could ask for their suggestion also. Proper planning for the implementation of behavior modification is required. There should be a plan for the student in the acquisition phase, the new students coming to school, and we should also have booster plans for the ones who are already studying in the school. Finding the red zone. Give the school map to the children and all the staff members and ask them to color green all such places that they consider safe, and color those places red where maximum indiscipline happens. जो आर्टिकल मैंने पढ़ा था उसमें सिर्फ स्टूडेंट्स का मेंशन था, बट आई फील ये एक्सरसाइज हमें स्टाफ के साथ भी करानी चाहिए. Next, yes, data is very important. Maintaining anecdotal records will help us in many ways. Like the behavioral pattern will emerge and help us to understand the triggers that lead to misbehavior. Sometimes there is more than one reason behind the behavioral problem. If you know the student, it will help you make the correct decision at the vulnerable decision point, and it can affect the consequence. Last but not least, and I feel is ABC, that is antecedent behavior consequence. Antecedent includes cues, prompts, signals, questions, or commands. Sometimes reaction from a peer also influences behavior. These direct the behavior and the consequence are usually positive. Next slide, please, ma'am. The articles were very thought-provoking, and the animated discussions that our team had helped us with this presentation. I hope we have given everyone food for thought, ideas that we all can implement in our classroom. On behalf of my team, I thank respected Gautam sir and Siddharth sir for giving us this opportunity. We would also like to thank Mukesh sir, Pushpi madam and Anupama madam for their guidance and support. Thank you.
Thank you to the team of I Have an Idea. I think it was a great presentation, and I'm sure that in the coming year, this team will not just talk but also implement the brilliant ideas they have been, talking about in the presentation. There's a really interesting question which I would like someone to answer. What do you suggest is the way to end timeout? Would someone like to take that up? Although if you ask me, I would say that timeout was the only part of the article that I did not agree to. I felt that timeout should never be the case, but I let the people present it because it was their view. But if you ask me, I would say that timeout shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be asking children to go out and sit. Yes, anyone would like to take that up? How would you end timeout? Or maybe Mukesh sir. Yes, Simranjit ma'am.
Yes, so we can end this timeout. Like we can fix a short period of time. Like I have mentioned all the things on my slide as well. Like how we can do this timeout, how we can implement timeout. So timeout,
Right.
I have just molded that timeout to the quiet time. There we can give a child some time to think. This three W's which I have mentioned, like what I did, and why did I do it, and what should I do now. So this also leads to mindfulness. That's why I have added this timeout to my slides, because we can mold this and we can use it in a positive way.
Great. Thank you, Simranjit ma'am. And you've covered some really good points, all of you. Especially the rules. A few of the chat box answers said that just stating the rules will do the work, but a lot of modeling, like what I think Smita ma'am said, there needs to be a lot of modeling. बहुत बार उसको मॉडल करने की जरूरत है, बहुत बार रीआइटरेट करने की जरूरत है, प्रैक्टिस कराने की जरूरत है. तब जाकर के रूल्स एक्चुअली आपको ग्राउंड पे इम्प्लीमेंट होते हुए दिखेंगे. अगर आपने एक बार बोल करके छोड़ दिया तो वो नहीं. से फॉर एग्जांपल इफ द स्कूल सेट्स अप अ न्यू रूल एंड उसका एक पोस्ट लगा के छोड़ दिया, all of us will not follow that rule unless and until it is modeled, communicated regularly, practiced, made to practice. कोई खड़ा होकर के प्रैक्टिस कराए तब जाकर के वो आने वाले 1-1.5-2 महीने के बाद वो फॉलो होता है. राइट. सो इट्स रियली इंपॉर्टेंट सिमिलरली इन द क्लासरूम कि हमें उसको मॉडल और प्रैक्टिस कराने की जरूरत है. The video was great. I think the video was a cherry on top. It was really nice to see how high expectations could lead to belongingness. And I think all in all, it was a great presentation, and I'm really looking forward to make sure that I'm really looking forward to see how the 6 presenters really bring this, knowledge they have of classroom management and discipline and implement it in the classroom. I think that is when they will really become role models for all of us to follow. Yeah, let's move quickly to the second presentation because we are short on time. Let's move quickly to the second presentation. Manisha Zankar ma'am and Shivam ji.
Jain sir, I'm presenting my screen. Just. Is the screen visible, sir?
Yes.
So can I start?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon all. Uncle, the biology educator. And today we would like to present before you two very popular scientific events which are conducted every year at our campus, which are in line with nurturing and inculcating scientific attitude in our young learners. And to share the same platform with me is Sir.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Shivam Tiwari, physics educator.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So our topic is nurturing scientific minds. The future belongs to those who are not afraid to explore, poke at it, question it, and turn it inside out. So we all know that science is a dynamic and expanding body of knowledge covering new domains of experiences. And we are constantly striving to understand this world by building up conceptual models on the basis of observations and all the scientific principles that we learn in the classroom. By nurturing scientific attitude and mindsets, a scientific mindset is something that is open to new ideas and experimentation, and it is rooted in the fundamentals of science. And more importantly, it is open to changing perspectives and changing times. So today, the most important skills, if we look at the 21st century, the most important skills are flexibility, innovation, and creativity, which we can inculcate through science teaching learning in our students. So these skills will help not just us, but even the entire nation to overcome poverty, ignorance, superstition. So as a step towards this new approach, Sangrachana can truly add value to the concept of nurturing scientific minds by providing them opportunities to generate innovative and practical ideas and display creativity and application of the knowledge that they gain in the classroom. So these are some of the glimpses that we are going to talk about the Sangrachana event. This year it was a virtual online event. So next slide. So what is Sangrachana? The concept was conceptualized by our principal ma'am 3 years back. And since then we have been rocking on, moving on every year with a successful exhibition done. And the popularity of this event is rising day by day. So what is Sangrachana? It is a creative platform for scientific and inquisitive minds to mold ideas into concrete models. It is an explosion of energy, ideas, and innovation that will trigger a flare for scientific inquiry and experimentation in every learner. So the idea and vision, as I said, was conceptualized by our ma'am, but I think creating the scientific interest and mindset from an early age was the key to it. And I think we've been successful in demonstrating to our children how to incorporate and use this science for human benefit and not just as a part of school curriculum. So Sangrachana has now become the most awaited, and I must say, if I can take the liberty, that a widely participated event of the academic calendar at our campus. It's a scientific model making competition organized every year to provide young minds a place to experiment and innovate and come up with something extraordinary, yet real and practical. These are some of the glimpses of Sangrachana, the offline exhibition that usually takes place every year. But unfortunately, due to the COVID conditions this year, there was opportunity hidden in the adversities, if you can say it in that way. And this year we came up with a new concept of having a virtual online Sangrachana this year. So this was last year's science exhibition that we conducted in the school campus, and it was a great hit amongst the parents, and students were overwhelming with creativity, with innovative models, and they were so happy to present it in front of a big audience. So yes, we did miss out that physical experience, but the enthusiasm did not lessen in any ways. And let me tell you that there are participants right from grade 3 to grade 12. So all age groups are covered up in this. So next slide, please. So this year, because it was an exceptional year, I can only say that nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. And as rightly quoted, I think we were successful in overcoming this pandemic crisis where the premises were under lockdown and our students were confined to their homes. We conquered this grim situation with real grit and sheer determination. Nothing could stop the enthusiasm and the passion for scientific exploration, and a virtual online Sangrachana was possible thanks to this overwhelming enthusiasm and the sincere efforts of a budding scientist. What they created was really wonderful. They came up with some wonderful 2D, 3D working models, which were based on alternative and renewable sources of energy like holograms, pressure fountains, solar powered panels, wind energy panels, and hydro energy setups, hydraulic machines that could be a part of the real world, robotic sensors in every task, smart cities with renewable and sustainable energy theme, agricultural models based on sustainable development, which highlighted water harvesting techniques and fossil fuel conservation and natural resource conservation. So it was a great takeaway for our students. Even when we were in lockdown and when we were doing things virtually, our students did not, hold back any of their imagination or creativity. And they came up with flying colors. So here's a compilation of the entire, of some of the video presentations that our children had done online for you all to enjoy. So let's take a look at these compiled videos. It's a 4-minute video, so kindly bear with us.
There's no sound.
Actually, there is music to it, sir.
Ma'am, there is a sound to it. It's at my end. Shall I play it again?
So are you sharing the Chrome tab wala thing?
I'm using a laptop.
Shivam, the sound is not coming.
Yeah, sir. Actually, the sound is maximum at my end. I'll just check again. Just a minute.
And I request that we've got to be a little quick. We have only 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So what we could do is we finish up with Shivam sir's presentation and we could see the video after. If it's okay.
Sir, is it audible now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I think we'll just move on. Shivam, sir, you can take on. You can take on further, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, just a minute. Yes. We have a very interesting club at DPS Nasik called as the Astronomy Club. It's rightly said, give a man a fire and he's warm for a day, but set a fire in him and he's warm for the rest of his life. On these grounds, we have some of the fun activities conducted in the Astronomy Club. They are sky observations, expert talk and webinar. We look out for celestial events during the year and explore them. Sky observations. Students enjoy sky observation, especially the evening sky. Sky observation is an interesting and exciting activity for students to find and view planets together. Students spend time maintaining celestial calendar, learning about telescope and its operation. Admiring an evening sky is a gateway to lifelong astronomy education. As said, problems are not stop signs, but they are guidelines. During this academic year, in spite of lockdown and the COVID-19 crisis, we were able to have an expert talk on annual solar eclipse 2020, dated 21st June. This solar eclipse was visible in most of the parts of Asian countries. The guest speaker for the same were Professor Jaideep Shah and Kalpana Youth Foundation team. Kalpana Youth Foundation team is a non-governmental organization established in 2012 in the memory of first Indian origin woman to go to space, late Dr. Kalpana Chawla. They nurture the dream of late Dr. Kalpana Chawla to spread awareness about space science and to motivate people to take up space science and technology as a career. The team guided students about the solar eclipse. Why does it take place? What is the scientific reason behind it? What are the precautionary measures which are to be taken to observe such celestial phenomena? And they encourage students for their interest in space science. Another important thing that we have in our club is we motivate students to participate in the competitive exam related to astronomy and space science. One such event is Space Settlement Design Competition. Students attempt to recreate their experience of working in an aerospace company with creating a proposal for a structural design of space settlement. One such space settlement was Cassandra's fusion-propelled space settlement, which will operate as a cruise liner, enabling 80-day transit between Earth and Mars. Due to shortage of time, I won't be able to talk much on it, but I will definitely share a link where our students have researched their work and put in, and I'm very happy to share with all of you that our students got selected for the qualifying round of Indian National Space Settlement Design Competition. The structural design of space settle competition specifically intend to emulate industrial experience, innovation and research, team building, develop creative and critical thinking skills among the students. It also provides an exposure about work process in an aerospace company. This is the design which you can see on your dashboard, the design which our students have made. There are a lot more specifications into it, but when you go through the exact proposal, you would understand each of them one by one. The another very interesting thing that we do is we discuss websites which are very good, which can increase our knowledge about space. So exploring space is another activity which we have. Two such important websites I'm going to share with all of you. One is thenightsky.com, which enables students to have a celestial calendar and get the exact date and place where a given astronomical event can be observed. It also has many fun activities in its own way. The another and very interesting website is Astronomy Picture of the Day. I want all of you to please take a note of it. This is created by NASA and Michigan Technology Institute, which has a new fresh picture every day from Hubble telescope. Each day you will get a fresh picture with a description about the same in brief given by professional astronomers. And And I would like to tell you that it's really, really very fascinating. And you should always mark this as a bookmark to your desktop. And each day you can have a new fresh picture from this piece. Before I wrap up, I have a small video which will tell you about what exactly we do in the Astronomy Club. So I would want all of you to have a look at it.
Thank you, Shivam. Shivam, if we can.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Manisha ma'am. Thank you, Shivam. I think Sanrachna and the Astronomy Club, both of them are great programs, and I'm really glad that they're both contributing to some really nice learning for the students.
Thank you.
So I'm going to extend today's session by another 5 to 7 minutes. And I'm going to request Shreya ma'am from DPS Varanasi. Shreya ma'am, are you there?
Sir, he's Shrey
Sir, this is Shrey
Chaturvedi.
Chaudhary.
Shrey.
Shrey Chaudhary.
Sorry, Shrey. Okay, sorry. Yes, over to you, Shrey, for your hashtag not going back story.
When I think about not going back, the first thing which comes up my mind about the Robert Frost poem, and I have miles to go before I sleep. So I want to correlate this last line of the poem with the not going back. I would like to collaborate my classes with the technology that we have learned for this one long year, the sites, you can say the collaborative sites. We would like to collaborate the students in the classroom so that they can participate well while learning. And when they learn, they even try to teach among the peer groups. And I have found that students learn better when their friends used to teach them other than when the teachers used to demonstrate the things. So the peer learning is very much important. And from the peer learning, the better outcome we can get, that the leadership qualities in the students, as well as the team building, the team management. Many of the students used to perform well when they are in group. But we need to make a balance between the solo performance as well as the team performance, because at every point of time, student has to give his own performance, his own results in the examination. So for me, not going back means that the student has to take up the important steps in life, and they have to move ahead.
Brilliant. Thank you, Shrey. and I'm sure that you're not going back to be without technology, and you're going to use technology to the fullest
Yes.
in your classes as well. Brilliant.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Pushpi ma'am, Anupama ma'am, Mukesh sir. Anything you would like to add about today's both the presentations? Any points that you feel should be really put to use in the classroom? Anything of that sort?
Well, I feel both the presentations were great. So for me, they were black coffee.
I just thought that the idea of
Yes, I think Mukesh sir, you were saying something. We lost you.
Yeah, no, I thought I was saying something and then ma'am spoke, so I just withdrew. Well, I just have two things to say. This presentation, a brilliant presentation. Say lecturers in IIM Ahmedabad, when I was doing a short course there. Apart from getting, she said, a program degree of IIM, I think every teacher, every principal, every educator perhaps should get a degree from IMM University, which is I, Me, Myself University. And what she was trying to say is that if you're able to manage your own emotions, your own responses to stimulus or stimuli, then I think you will be a good behavior management expert. So I think it's all starting from the self. So if I have emotional control, while in a class, if something goes wrong, I perhaps may not react the way I would if I lose emotional control. And there is this very beautiful anecdote in a restaurant where a cockroach flies onto the plate of somebody and there's pandemonium. And then the cockroach jumps from one table to the other. Finally, it lands on the uniform of the waitress. And the waitress just picks it up and throws it off. So, the way you respond to whatever you get determines how much of control you will be able to exercise. So that's an idea which I thought I would share. So if each one of us learns self-control, I think our student management or classroom management or even our own interpersonal behavior. There was somebody who talked about, having a session for teachers also similarly. So I think our own interpersonal behavior would become better. And not just as teachers, perhaps I think we will grow as individuals as well, because we deal with relationships throughout our lives with everybody in every sphere that we deal with. The other idea is for my team, DPS Varanasi. I'm sure when the presentation on the astronomy club was on, I'm sure some of you have thought that here we are going to implement this. If you haven't, then please start thinking, because I'm going to push you to do this. Thank you very much for these two brilliant ideas today.
Great. Thank you, sir. Pushpi ma'am, you were saying something, I think, and then we'll go to Anupama ma'am.
No, I said both the presentations were black coffee for me.
Okay. All right. Yes, Anupama ma'am, over to you.
Both the presentations were amazing, and congratulations to the team. There were some things that really stood out for me. One was this I feed AV rules, which I think all the teachers should follow in their classes. And like Nasik has Sanrachana, we also have Nerdnia, and we are, in the process of going digital this year with online Nerdnia. So the science teachers definitely are working, and I'm sure they watch this amazing Sanrachana and they would get some ideas, because some videos we've already received from the children. So thank you so much. It was a wonderful session today. A lot of takeaways.
Great. In the end, I'll just, add something to the first part of the presentation today. Often we look at classroom management and discipline through a theory of bag of tricks. हम सोचते हैं कि भाई यहाँ से ये अच्छा लगा, ये ट्रिक ले लेते हैं, यहाँ से ये अच्छा लगा, ये ट्रिक ले लेते हैं, यहाँ से ये अच्छा लगा, ये ट्रिक ले लेते हैं. But unfortunately, classroom management and discipline does not work that way. अगर हम हमेशा एक बैग ऑफ ट्रिक्स की तरह क्लासरूम को मैनेज करेंगे, तो our classrooms will never be what we want. So we've got to have an underlying philosophy. अगर हमें एक फिलॉसफी को लेकर के चलना चाहिए, कोई आइडियली बेस्ड ऑन अ डिसिप्लिन थ्योरी, जैसे कि लिंडा एल्बर्ट या स्पेंसर केगन या बहुत सारी थ्योरीज है जो कि बुकफ्लिक्स में इन लोगों ने पढ़ी हैं, यू नो. सो मे बी वी हैव टू बेस our classroom discipline and management on one or a couple of theories. But अगर हम bag of tricks छोटी छोटी चीजों को लेकर के चलेंगे तो क्या होगा कि कभी हम कुछ एक्ट करेंगे, कभी कुछ एक्ट करेंगे, और उससे बच्चों को इनकंसिस्टेंसी फील होगी एंड दे विल नॉट रियली वांट दैट इनकंसिस्टेंसी टू हैपन. दे विल सी एट यू कि भाई आप किसी को फेवर कर रहे हैं. So that is why it's really really important कि हम एक फिलॉसफी, एक थियोरी को लेके चले, उसके ऊपर अपनी क्लासरूम मैनेजमेंट की खुद की फिलॉसफी को बिल्ड करें. और यही सब आप, you know, all of you are undergoing a lot of trainings from Rob Plevin. We did the Bookflix. This week you've read about, there's a training shared on EdBank on discipline. So all of them are on the same lines, and I really hope that in the coming year we are able to apply this into our classrooms. Like in the beginning we shared कि math तभी बच्चे कर पाएंगे जब उसको प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. तो क्लासरूम डिसिप्लिन में हम सब मास्टर्स तभी बन पाएंगे जब हम ये किताब में जो फिलॉसफीज हैं उनको प्रैक्टिस करेंगे. वो बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. So quickly I'm going to cover those 4-5 points that were there about the professional development cell, which I want to take up. So in the past month we've seen that the attendance in some of the training sessions have gone down. People have really registered a lot, but जब training का दिन आया तो उन्होंने training नहीं करी है. My sincere request to all of you is कि रजिस्ट्रेशन कंपल्सरी नहीं है. आप प्लीज अगर नहीं अटेंड करने वाले हैं या आपको श्योर नहीं है, आप उस समय मत रजिस्टर करिए. वो ट्रेनिंग वापस आएगी अगर आपको बाद में चाहिए होगी तो. यू कैन रिक्वेस्ट फॉर इट एंड वी विल गेट इट बैक. बट इट्स माय सिंसियर रिक्वेस्ट कि अगर आप रजिस्टर कर रहे हैं और नहीं अटेंड करेंगे, इट्स अ वेस्ट ऑफ समवन्स मैन आवर्स. It's a waste of the school's funding because we are paying heavily for all of these trainings. So it's my sincere request कि ये मत करिए कि आप ट्रेनिंग रजिस्टर कर रहे हैं और फिर उसको नहीं करते हैं, क्योंकि कोई उसको बहुत मेहनत से करके आ रहा है. हम स्लॉट्स बना रहे हैं, सो 30-40 के स्लॉट्स बना रहे हैं, राइट. सो अगर 30 बुक हो जाता है तो हम 31 को नहीं अलाउ करते हैं. फिर अगर कोई नहीं आया तो 12 ही लोग ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं, 18 स्लॉट एम्प्टी चले जाते हैं. सो दोज आर द प्रॉब्लम्स दैट वी आर फेसिंग. सो इट्स माय सिंसियर रिक्वेस्ट, तभी रजिस्टर करिए व्हेन यू आर श्योर कि आप उसको कर सकते हैं. लेट द स्लॉट्स बी ओपन. वी कैन रीडू द ट्रेनिंग अगर आपको बाद में चाहिए तो. Another point that I really want to cover is some of the credits that we had given in the past, which I felt, and काफी आप लोग सबसे suggestions आया कि they were a little less. जैसे response process या उस टाइप में दो थे, उसके बाद assignment करना था. So ideally 2 घंटे में वो कोई complete कर ही नहीं सकता. So those have been reworked upon and उसको हमने credits बढ़ाया है. We are also being mindful because ये अभी पहले 1-2 महीने हैं, so ये छोटी छोटी प्रॉब्लम्स हम रेक्टिफाई करते चल रहे हैं. इट्स एन आइटरेटिव प्रोसेस. और कहीं आप लोग को प्रॉब्लम आ रही है आप जरूर शेयर करिए, एंड वी आर रेगुलरली वर्किंग ऑन इट एंड डेवलपिंग द प्रोफेशनल डेप्थ. सो वी आर लुकिंग एट पुटिंग अप अप्रोप्रिएट क्रेडिट्स. जो कहीं कहीं पे फ्लॉज थे वो हम उसको ठीक कर रहे हैं. कुछ लोगों ने बोला कि भाई रिस्पॉन्स प्रोसेस मैंने जनवरी में कर लिया और दूसरा आदमी मार्च में कर रहा है, उसको 3 घंटे मिल रहे हैं, मुझे 2 मिल रहे हैं. अनफॉर्चुनेटली उस पे अभी हम ट्रैक नहीं रख पाएंगे, बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा. सो जो भी क्रेडिट्स पुराने थे वो वैसे ही रहेंगे. आने वाला जो कैलेंडर है वैसे क्रेडिट्स आगे मिलेंगे हम लोग सबको. Then there was another point that we felt that when the feedback is being asked, we would like all of everybody in our entire team to give very very accurate feedback. कहीं भी कोई भी feedback में अगर कोई देखना भी चाहे कि कौन दे रहा है feedback, तो वो नहीं देख सकता. सो प्लीज फील फ्री. कहीं पर ये भी नहीं है कि आपका ईमेल आईडी भी नहीं ट्रैक हो रहा है. दैट इज माय वर्ड टू यू. तो आप प्लीज फील फ्री, बिकॉज आप जो फीडबैक दे रहे हैं हम उसको यूज करके आगे के ट्रेनिंग प्रोसेस को और आइटरेटिव और इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश करते हैं, करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. So your feedback is very, very important, and a true transparent feedback is very important to us. So feel free to make sure that the feedback that you're sharing is what exactly you feel, right? Do not feel that अच्छा मैं ये दूंगी तो कोई देखेगा तो क्या बोलेगा. Do not hesitate to, because अगर आप अच्छा फीडबैक दे रहे हैं तो वो तो हमारे लिए फायदेमंद नहीं है, खराब दे रहे हैं तभी फायदेमंद है. So we are looking forward to critical feedback. That will really help us improve the professional development cell for all of you. And lastly, one thing that we felt that the training history card was not being updated because there were a lot of staff members, and at the PD cell we were not able to update that in time. So, and what we also felt that there were many errors that were made. And another thing that we felt that let's give this power to the teachers. So now, whenever you do a training, we felt that the teachers are going to be the best, person to record कि उन्होंने कितनी training करी है. They're going to be true to themselves and to the organization, and let us give them the power and let them update their own training history card. So जो भी आप training कर रहे हैं, जितनी training credits उसमें हैं, आप उसको अपने आप update करिए. जो प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट सेल है उसको साल में 1 या 2 बार बिफोर द एंड ऑफ द ईयर विल जस्ट ब्राउज थ्रू इट. दे आर मेंटेनिंग एन एक्सेल शीट एंड उसके थ्रू वो ब्राउज कर लेंगे. बट यू कैन फील फ्री टू you have the edit rights of the training history card. If not, you can just ask for edit rights from Ashwini and she will give you those. Feel free to edit your training history card and update the number of hours that all of you are doing, so that your training history card reflects appropriately for all of you, and kahin bhi kisi ka credit idhar udhar na ho jaye. Lastly, I would like to reiterate the fact that the purpose of the training cell, वापस मैं शेयर करना चाह रहा हूं, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. द पर्पस ऑफ द प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट सेल, हमारा कहीं पर भी ये पर्पस नहीं है कि हम ट्रैक करें. वो हमारा मेन एजेंडा नहीं है कि हम ट्रैक करें कि आपको कितनी ट्रेनिंग आप कर रहे हैं. हमारा मेन एजेंडा है कि हम आपको नई नई अपॉर्चुनिटीज और अच्छी अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटीज ला करके दें जिससे कि आप अपने आप को डेवलप कर सके. ट्रैकिंग इज जस्ट अ पार्ट ऑफ रिकॉर्ड कीपिंग. आई कंप्लीटली एंड ट्रूली बिलीव दैट ये जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज आप सबको मिल रही हैं, सब लोग उसका बहुत अच्छे से फायदा उठा रहे हैं. इट्स रियली इंपॉर्टेंट दैट ये सब ट्रेनिंग्स को हम सिर्फ किताबों में ना रखें, उसको क्लासरूम में इम्प्लीमेंट करें. दूसरी चीज, इट इज वेरी वेरी इजी टू गेट बॉग डाउन की बहुत सारी ट्रेनिंग आ रही है, उसको करने की जरूरत नहीं है. मैं वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूं, आपको 60 आवर्स ही करने हैं. आप 5 घंटा महीने में करेंगे, दैट इज मोर देन सफिशिएंट. Platforms like Bookflix will give you 5 credits just to be a part of the Bookflix, right? अगर आप बुक्स को वो आर्टिकल्स पढ़ते हैं और उसको करते हैं, like you've seen, I am sure the today's presentation have told you what is the quality of the Bookflix that we are doing. In the month of February, we read about the learning theories and हम कैसे सीखते हैं और उसके पीछे brain science क्या है. In the month of March, we are going to do something similar. So I'm really inviting you all to be an active part of Bookflix. That's a great forum for professional development. And do not get bogged down. आपको 5 ही घंटे करने हैं. बहुत सारी emails हम shoot कर रहे हैं because हमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा opportunity आपको देनी है. But उससे आपको डरने की या scared होने की कहीं पर भी कोई जरूरत नहीं है. 1-2 महीने लगेंगे, but I'm sure everybody will get adjusted to it. Also, we are making sure that the training that is being given has the appropriate credit. हम उसको ध्यान में रख रहे हैं कि अगर उसमें असाइनमेंट है तो असाइनमेंट के लिए जो समय लगेगा उसका क्रेडिट मिलेगा. असाइनमेंट will not be out of credit. So if the training is of 2 hours and we expect an assignment, so आपको कम से कम 3 क्रेडिट उसका मिलेगा. So these are a few changes that we are doing. If there's anything else that you feel that still needs improvement and needs to be done, at any point of time, this month, next month, at any point of time, feel free to write to me directly or Ashwini as well. On that note, I've extended way beyond 20 minutes, and on that note, I bid adieu to today's CC Fridays, and I hope I'm able to answer all or most of your questions. Just give me a yes or no in the chat box, and if there's a no, feel free to write an email to me. Thank you everybody for attending CC Fridays this week. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.